and welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm redecking my trailer. So I'm looking at this, and this is pretty broken. This one here actually looks like it was added after the fact, and it doesn't actually go under here like the rest of them do. So it's very close to the tire right there. So it's just really not worth it. And to half-ass it, it's really not my style. Like to just fix it and roll with it, nah. And you know, there's enough of the timbers that are messed up on there that it's just time to redo it. Then I was down here. So on this side, you can see the leaf spring is under that, and on the other side the leaf spring is above that. I don't know which one is correct, but I have an appointment at a trailer shop to take this in, and so I'm thinking I might as well just get the deck off there before I take it into the shop, because it's just, there's nothing I can haul on there currently that I can't haul on there if I take the deck off. So if I need to go get a load of lumber and I don't have that deck on there, it's not a big deal. I can still put a load of lumber on there and be just fine. I can't take the backhoe. That's what I can't do. I can't move my backhoe. Basically, it needs to go to the shop and have its yearly TLC. Okay, so I've brand new Torx head, totally destroyed, and another one lost. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get those bolts out of there. Here is more bad design. You can see you got your main cross members in here, except above the tires they've got these little guys, right? Well, that one is bent. This is a lot of work, and I'm just not impressed by the engineering at all. This number of bolts holding these boards down is so overkill. I mean, I literally am able to pick the trailer up with only about 5 total in, and each board has 8. So yeah, it's just really overkill. So this is right now, I got 3 left. Using all these tools. I got this to Torx to try to get the bolts out. I've got one of these bolt extraction situations going on. I got a chainsaw. I got a sawzall. I have a backhoe, right? So what turns out to be like the easiest way to get these boards off here because the bolts are breaking regardless. Turns out it's the good old crowbar. Is off. Yay. I'm gonna cut the bolts out, and I have to, it's going to the shop for that, the issue where they're different, where the leaf springs connect. It's different on both sides, so I have to take it into a professional because I have no idea. And while it's there, a couple lights aren't working correctly. And then there's like a yearly checkup for this kind of oil-filled axle cylinder thing. So, little thing has to go into the shop. Okay, well then I was also looking, and it appears as though this was the second deck on this. Now, I always thought it was kind of funny that the boards, the way they were chiseled on the ends, and then they were cut and slid over this. So that's how somebody redid it. That wasn't how the factory did it. And now I'm wondering, because this is all gauged for, I think, 2x lumber, not 4x, or the boards that were in there, I think they were custom cut, and they were 3 inches. So I could save myself a lot of money putting 2x back in there. But is it going to be as strong? Well, it's not going to be as strong as the 3, but obviously, but is it going to be strong enough? Is the 2x material tough enough to just support the weight? That is the question. trailer is back from the shop. It's been a few weeks since I made any videos for this series. I'm about ready to weld this stuff here. That gizmo got adjusted. I was right. It's just best to have the shop, in my opinion, for this level of stuff. But it had the bearings, oil. I think they changed the oil on the bearings or something like that. And the brakes were checked, and there was some. All the lights were fixed, and then some wiring was moved. This wiring was kind of right there, so this is where this would be right there. So I had that moved. Alright, the welding is done. Got my replacement brackets. I've got my new beam and my replacement for what was an angle iron. So I put that in there. And you see, they didn't even weld the angle iron on and like the whole thing. I didn't do a great job welding, but I welded it all the way across. So, because that's where you can be guaranteed loading the trailer that all the weight is going to be here at some point, guaranteed. It may not be up here, but it's guaranteed it's going to be here. So you got to have this part strong, and now this part is very strong. I'm pretty happy with this. I've got the deck screws, deck screws that are just supposed to drill right in there. We'll see. It's July of 2021 and lumber prices are crazy, but they're lower than they've been. So I don't remember what these used to cost. I think maybe these were like $20 or $30 a piece back before the wood prices went crazy. They got all the way up to $68. I got these at $45. Not bad. So I have to cut them to length. I've got some paint to touch up spots on the trailer a little bit. I got one weld. I actually missed this weld right there, and I got to paint the stuff that I put in. I've got to cut those to length, and then I got to set them up over there and treat them with this stuff here. So that's what today's all about. so that's it. The only things I have left to do on the trailer before I'm done with it, which, you know, I'm gonna get around to getting these things done, is I need a new winch guide, roller guide, and I'm going to paint my stab jacks red just to kind of give that a nice bright area in the back. And then these, they're angled, so it doesn't make a lot of sense to have them that way, because I would have to take off these ramps and then have something on there that was square and on there before everything would line up. So I don't know what they were thinking when they put them on like that. With something like that, I'm going to take that to a shop that welds, because all the welds that I just did, if any one of those welds fails, or any few of those welds fail, like, nothing will happen. Nothing will fall off. Nothing will, you know, I mean, if this little weld right here breaks, you know, there's a bunch more welds. I'll notice that and I'll fix it, right? But if I was to do this, and that weld was to break, and that was to come off, and then the load was to come off, and it was to kill somebody, that is something that I'm going to avoid by going to professionals that will do the perfect welds. The welds will be, you know, really quality. You know, welding, fixing things like this, it's a whole different category than holding stuff in place, right? So there's my 20,000-pound trailer deck replacement and upgrade. And if you watched the video this long, thank you very much, and please consider subscribing. Have a great day and peace.